Hello. In a previous episode, we built this rustic miniature workshop exterior. The whole reason I built it was I want to use it in a new channel intro, complete with stop motion animated camera movements. Wait. But before I start building the scenery, I want to take care of a couple, three things, like adding a green screen. First, I painted it with this neon green color right there. Then, I said, let's just use poster board. That looks more consistent. I originally wasn't going to worry with the size of the building because it's not really going to be seen. But I said, let's just go ahead and worry about the size of the building, even though ain't going to be seen. Here's a glue tip for you. You may have better success getting materials to stick and defy gravity if you apply a thin coat on one surface and a thin coat on the other surface. This is green floral foam. It's not necessarily my first choice for roughing out terrain, but it was immediately available to me, so that's what I'm using. Now, because I want the shop to sit kind of up on a hill, I doubled me up some foam and then started to rough out the shape. Cut some shoulders, just kind of get the general idea of a hill. You can use all kinds of tools to cut foam, like in this case, a coping saw, or maybe a really sharp knife. Even you can use sandpaper, particularly useful for smoothing out jagged areas. But please remember to wear your dust mask. I'm using some standard PVA glue to join these two sections. What, Craftman? What you say? I'm using some standard PVA glue to join these two sections together. And once that dried, I took it outside to sand, while also wearing my respirator, aka breathing protection. This video is different than normal, y'all. It was so hot in my workshop that when I was filming this video, I had to run the air conditioner. Otherwise, I would have been sweating all over the video. It just would have been non-stop, just sweat everywhere, sweat. So instead of capturing myself talking in the video clips like normal, I'm doing this voiceover separately. Do y'all like this? Anyway, this green floral foam, you can get it at Hobby Lobby or any hobby place or at your local floristry. After all that sanding, I realized I probably made the hill just a little too small. I felt like I needed a more spread, a more gradual of a slope down with more surface area to touch trees and other things that we want to build around the scene. So I started cutting the foam pieces so that they would fit together, kind of like a puzzle. And that was satisfying to do. We also going to go ahead and glue up the second foam car panel and tape it down for a little extra security. And then we're gonna do the shake that prevents your work from sticking to your work table. All right, shake. Spray foam. What? Yeah, I wondered, I said, what if you use spray foam to fill in the gaps? Look at here, what? It said big gap filler. So we going to try it. But a couple 3 precautions for you. Number 1, this stuff is messy, so wear some gloves. Second, pay attention to all the chemical precautions on the label. And 3, remember, this stuff expands big time. But that's exactly what we want. I feel like it works best when the can's tilted upside down was just a little, and I like to kind of weave it back and forth, like laying in a good, well-adhered run of foam. I captured a time lapse of the expansion, but my electronic lens is not hitting the right aperture every time the shutter release triggers, so sorry. And once it's cured, it looks absolutely delicious. Bluebell homemade ice cream. Expanding foam acts differently. You'll find it is softer and perhaps somewhat more difficult to cut and to shape. It's more mushy than crinkly, you know. When I get towards the end of a spray foam session, I just like to just mash my fingers into it, I guess. And once that cures, it's off to sanding and a test fit of the mini shot. Always take time to get them glances while you in the rough stage, all right? See how things lined up. Check the composition, the balance. It's easier right now to make big shape adjustments than it will be later on. Hold up, craft man. Look at this mess right here. We need this terrain to look more smooth, craft man. There's somebody said spackle. Yes, this is lightweight spackle. And it's what I'm going to be using to fill in and to smooth out the foam surface. And now's the time we're going to kick it in to a music montage featuring the talents of These Are Shapes. To get the camera movement, I'm using Edelcrown equipment. This video is not sponsored by Edelcrown. My Patreon supporters helped me to get this. And I will say that there's alternatives out there like the Rhino Arc 2, especially if you're doing live action. I encourage you to look at the alternatives. The reason I got this particular setup is I knew it works with Dragon Frame without me having to do any programming or Arduino or wiring up stepper motors, things like that. Edelcrown has an off-the-shelf way to connect all this equipment into Dragon Frame, my animation software. But little did I know I was about to face 2 days worth of issues, firmware updates, connectivity problems, which led to wilting in the heat of having to replace greenery, sweat, stress. So my wife jumped in and helped me troubleshoot, got the firmware updates on all the devices. Once we got everything talking, it worked pretty good from then on. This is my first time to really do anything this complicated, although it's not. It's very simple. You literally can see lines, there's arcs and things to show you the direction things are moving. There's the slide, and there's the panning, and there's the tilt, and you can even set the focus right there. I said, you know, Craft Man, once you tear all this down, you're not going to want to put all of it back up, so might as well get some variety. I ran through multiple times and did different variations with different lighting. I was going to say do the different seasons, but really that's not accurate because where I'm from, it's only just one season, you know, always hot or humid. So, you know, I just did a daytime and a nighttime. That's accurate. Hold up, Craftman. Why didn't you just shoot that live action? Well, I wanted it to be stop motion because I, number one, would have a much higher resolution that I could use out into the future. And also because it really emphasized the stop motion feel because of its freeze frames. That's right.
Boom shaka tap.
I hope y'all enjoyed this. Until next time, I love y'all and keep on. What? Steady crafting.